Good morning, my dear grade 11 STEM students. So for today, we will be discussing about counting atoms in a molecule. For counting atoms in a molecule, or how to count the atoms in a certain molecule. Okay, isn't it? During our previous discussion, we have already discussed on how to count the total number of atoms by just merely looking at its molecular formula. So I have here an example. We have NH4 3PO4. Okay, so that is the molecular formula. Next is how to count the number of atoms. Okay, first, nitrogen. Okay, why nitrogen has 3 atoms? It's because of the parentheses. So as you can see, just like for example in any math problem, when there is parentheses, you need to multiply the given value or the element inside the parentheses by the subscript. So the subscript here is what? The subscript is number 3. Okay? Just multiply 3 from n, and so that simply means that you have 3 atoms of nitrogen. Next is hydrogen. Why there are 12 atoms of hydrogen? Simply multiply 4 by 3. So 4 atoms of hydrogen multiplied by 3, that is 12 atoms. Okay, next, P or phosphorus. For phosphorus, we only have 1 atom of phosphorus. Why? Because it indicates that there is only one phosphorus. Because we doesn't need, or there is a need for us to put or to include number 1 as our subscript, because it will be obvious by just writing the chemical symbol of the element. It simply means that there is only 1 atom for that specific element. For this time, what do you think is the reason why we didn't multiply P with number 4? It's because there is no parenthesis. So you can be easily guided by that one. It's just like a multiplicative property in mathematics. Okay, next is oxygen. Okay. So for oxygen, we have 4 atoms of oxygen for these element. For a total of, so that simply means that we have 3 moles of nitrogen, 12 moles of hydrogen, 1 mole of phosphorus, and 4 moles of oxygen. So how to find for the molar mass of a compound? So we have these 3 steps. Number 1 is use the chemical formula to determine the number of each type of atom present in the compound. Second, multiply the atomic weight from the periodic table of each element by the number of atoms of that element. And number 3, add it all together and put units, gram per mole, after the number. So for solving the molar mass, will just be what? Just going to multiply the total number of moles or the total number of atoms from its atomic weight. Example. So for this example, sodium carbonate, we have 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of carbon, and 3 atoms of oxygen. So where did we get the value of 23, 12, and 16? Those values were derived from our periodic table. So you can look for the atomic weight of each element in the periodic table. So 2 multiplied by 23 is 46. 2 multiplied by 12 is 12. And 3 multiplied by 16 is 48. For a total of, and then you just need to get the total number. My total number 46 plus 12 plus 48 is 106 gram per mole. Okay, so that is the way on how to calculate the molar mass of a specific compound. For today's activity, you're assigned to answer activity number 3 or 4 in our activity sheets. Just look for the type of activity wherein our activity is all about solving for molar mass of a specific content. just need to solve for a molar mass of your chosen